Hello and welcome to the Kingdom of Bahrain. The Bapco Energies 8 Hours of Bahrain, the season finale for the 2025 FIA World Endurance Championship. Titles up for grabs, and in Hypercar, 3 brands, 1 crown. It will all be decided here. Well, a packed grid in bright autumn sunshine here this first weekend of November at the circuit, the Bahrain International Circuit, ready for everything to be decided. The manufacturer's title race, absolutely critical here. Ferrari could win the title, but
it's all up for grabs, and as we've seen, particularly in the latter part of this championship, Martin, all sorts of combinations can come into play. This is not done for another 9 hours.
Our grid is formed. The leading car pulls into the pit lane. We are about to go green for the Bapco Energies 8 Hours of Bahrain. It's a long run to the line and no overtaking before it. Mike Conway on the left of the screen. The Peugeot trying to insert himself straight down the middle. Number 8 already ahead, so Brendan Hartley making a better start. Loic Duval trying to get through there, but it is Toyota 1-2 so far. The Hypercar field has escaped, but a big moment. Snap over the curbs from number 6 Porsche. On the inside of turn 2, Anthony, that's a big curb, and they're 4-5 wide behind.
Yeah, there was almost contact with the BMW in turn 1, and also a little bit, I think, through turn 4 as well, but a real near miss for everyone who was around car number 6 at the start there. And Laurent Vantour doing an exceptional job to hang on to that.
Julian Andlauer in the 5 car right behind the 83 Ferrari. 99 is off. Who else went off there as well? Was that the Alpine? Fred Makovic had dropped to the tail of the pack. So it might have been the 99 and the 36 Alpine.
One of the BMWs getting squeezed wide, just slightly off the track there through turn 9 as well. Manages to survive that one without getting overtaken by car 50 behind. That's Nick Nielsen at the wheel.
On board with Laurens Vantour in the number 6 Porsche. He's down in 15th position. There he is in the middle of that group with the white nose and the red highlights.
Yeah, so the cars that went wide and off the track in turn 7 was the Alpine, and you can see just at the back of the screen there the number 99 Proton Porsche.
Proton Porsche appears to have a continuing problem. Can tell you no major dramas to be seen in LMGT3. We'll see that start a little later, but side by side here.
15 BMW is the red, white and blue, and the red of Ferrari, that's car number 50 trying to make its way up the order. Not a championship contender, but they must score manufacturers' points to try and give Ferrari the title.
Always a difficult one, like Nielsen did. Pull off that move into the final corner, then you're under attack immediately as Magnussen's back on it, getting a bit of side draft even down towards first corner. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers here? Get the feeling it's going to be Nielsen on the inside, but Magnussen's not going to give this up. Round the outside he goes, gives himself the inside for turn 2 and retakes that position.
The reigning drivers' champions, Porsche number 6, being mugged by the BMWs, and look at the Aston Martin here. This is on the 50 Ferrari, so that Aston Martin 007.
Yeah, it was the aftermath.
Down at the start, didn't it?
It was the aftermath of that overtaking move. Brilliant move by Kevin Magnussen that allowed the Aston to slip by as well. Nielsen's got to be sensible here. He knows he's got a fast race car under him today. And he tries to get around the outside. Now, with the Aston, there was a bit of contact, I think. Bit of damage, maybe something flicked up, didn't it?
Yeah.
When he gets through.
Looks like a lens of some description. Meantime, I can tell you, up to 4th position overall is the number 12 Cadillac and Will Stevens. He's managed to split the Peugeots.
And that's a pretty good job there. He is the gold car between the 2 white machines. And then the best of the Aston Martins, Marco Sorensen, the dark green Valkyrie. He's ahead of 51. Antonio Giovinazzi right on board, Anthony.
Yeah, Giovinazzi with another Aston Martin in front of him. We've just seen one Ferrari get by an Aston. And it's up to Giovinazzi, but they've got to bide their time here, the Ferraris. Like I say, they know they've been focusing on race pace the entire weekend. Sacrifice qualifying in many ways for that. 51 has number 83 of Phil Hansen right behind him.
And that's your driver's title race. There's the 50 car, still behind the 15 BMW, and this is the battle for 10th place. Points only go down to 10th, but The 83 car is invisible for manufacturer
Yeah, he's
standards.
rapid here, isn't he? So Nielsen had a look this time into the final corner, thought better of it, and surely that's going to give him the chance to have a look down inside. Yes, so this time pops it down. Is Magnussen going to give this one up this time? Locks up the inside front, and that's the move done for Nielsen. That lockup just caused the move to happen. Nothing that Magnussen could do that time around, and I think Nielsen's going to be fine here into turn 4 as well.
In LMGT3, let's take a look back at the start. Wasn't the cleanest of even starts. They should have been side by side with the Lexus.
Yeah, it looks like Robin had the jump, didn't he, at the lights, and that was a close one with car 60. Andrew Gilbert getting so close there under the brakes to the Lexus in front.
And the problem there was he should have been beside the Lexus, that yellow Mercedes, and he wasn't, and that then made a problem for his own teammate, Andrew Gilbert, in 61. Somebody going across the dirt there. It was the second
21 car,
Mustangs.
that's the title
21 as well.
Yeah, one of the McLarens as well, just going a bit wide and lose momentum.
That'll be where Darren Leung dropped to the tail of the field as we rode on board there with the championship leaders.
Side-by-side action, wasn't it, with the second and third place cars.
Here's the battle for second place in LMGT3. Arnaud Robin leading in the Lexus, a little distance ahead. There he is with the red nose. And then the black and the yellow Mercedes, 61 ahead of 60. And a big lockup from the second Lexus, Petro Umbrarescu, allows the Mustang 88 almost to squeeze in, and that is Stefano Gattuso with Ahmed El-Hati, the 46 BMW, also in it, and Gattuso does get the advantage out of turn 3.
Yeah, but there's been a switch between the two AMGs because Martin Berry's now ahead of Andrew Gilbert, has taken second place and is off in pursuit of Arnaud Robin in the lead of this race.
All of the LMGT3 drivers, like in Hypercar, are saying you must keep your tyres alive in the first stint, and double stinting otherwise is going to be absolutely murder. And a lot of these cars, particularly at the front, the front engine cars, will be looking at changing rear tyres only, but you must keep them alive. In terms of driver time, Graham, 2 hours 20 is the minimum for the bronze drivers, which is nearly 3 stints.
It's a matter of whether or not any of them feel they can do that in one fell swoop. And my guess is we're going to see some of them very much attempt that. It is a warm, warm day, and it's not helped by, in many cases, a multi-litre V6 or V8 heater up the front of these cars.
Actually, the tyres, in a moment there for for the Iron Dames car, 85. Yeah, we're going to take a look here. So down in towards turn 11. Oh, she has a look down the inside, and was that contact? But I don't think so. But spins the car to avoid any contact. You've got a move going on here. One of the Corvettes down the inside of, is that Thomas Floor at the wheel in the 21? No, it's Aereo.
Yeah,
It's the 33. It's the 33 car of Ben Keating going past the title contending 21. So this is actually helping the 81 car, taking points away at these very early stages from the other title contending cars.
So 21 at the moment is only just in the points in 10th place.
The rear engine cars just getting their tyres working better here as look at that fight going on between the Porsche and the Ferraris. This is Nick Nielsen still in the car 50, really harassing the Porsche there now in front as he's found his way past Kevin Magnussen. He's on an absolute flyer, isn't he? Like I said, the Ferraris look really quick to me at this stage in the race.
And
they're just bottleneck behind other cars.
Look on the left. Both of the factory Ferraris, 51 and 50, now in the points, but only the 5 Porsche is. Number 6 is down in 16th. Points only go down to 10th. So at the moment, it's advantage Ferrari. Again, still 7 hours and 50 odd minutes to go.
So as Nielsen goes to the right-hand side, so does the Porsche, and does it beautifully well. Just in time, he made that defensive move. Doesn't push the car off circuit because he was always in front, and it made Nielsen have to think about going around the outside instead. So look, this is what it looked like on board. So Nielsen goes to the right, and as soon as he goes to the right, the car in front of him is going to the right as well. It was beautifully judged by the Porsche.
At Bahrain today.
So another move that goes into turn 14, and you get immediately repassed. And the problem is, I think both of them get overtaken by the Aston Martin here at this rate. So it's traditionally not a brilliant place, although tempting to overtake, because look at what it's created into turn 1.
Tony McIntosh getting a double toe. They held each other up, and the Aston Martin number 10 Racing Spirit on Man goes through, and a little bit of afters between Thomas Floor and James Cottingham, so they lost a place as well to Ryan Hardwick, who had to take avoiding action there, Anthony, only just got through safely. Anthony in traffic, and this is where it begins. They've had 7 laps on their own, and now it goes.
Yeah, action before we even get to the traffic here between Harry Tincknell and the 007, and this is still with Kevin Magnussen. So Tincknell looking like he's got the bit between the teeth here and putting pressure on the BMW, and he's got a nice run. He's given himself a good run there through 1 and 2, and he's going to be a threat to the BMW as we focus on that towards turn 4. He thinks about going around the outside and does another switchback. He's going to pop up on the inside here, and it's going to be that drag race down towards turn 6. Magnussen comes over to the right, and immediately Harry Tincknell knows to back out of it. That was close.
Ahmed Al-Hati, the Qatari driver, right behind, and here we go. Nick Nielsen closer than he's been before, Anthony.
Yeah, down the inside. I think he's going to get this one done. Oh, a little bit of contact there, left rear to right front, but he gets the move done. A decisive move, a move that I feel like he needed to do at this stage in the race. It's not over yet, though. Look at the run that Andlau has got on the exit of turn 2 and 3. Does he think about it? No, he doesn't. So that's another place gained for Nicholas Nielsen in the car 50.
And that's important because 50 Manufacturers' Championship title, Ferrari's last World Sports Car title, 1972. They are looking a long way back.
So now it's Ferrari running in a trio of 7th, 8th and 9th.
Magnussen in 12th place, the Cadillac right behind Earl Bamber, under pressure now from around the outside from Lawrence Vantor. Now, was that a mistake from Bamber? Has he got an issue? Yes, he's a problem with the Cadillac.
I saw him take that curb heavily in turn 1. The car did a massive jump in the air. I wonder if he just momentarily lost gears and lost momentum. Let's keep an eye, especially when he gets out of turn 8, but he was definitely in trouble there on acceleration. I'm pretty sure something happened when he clobbered that curb as hard as he did. Was it traffic? Or did he just... Yeah, it must have been with the Aston Martin. I was looking at the first perk show, first of all. It must have been. It's a very out-of-character mistake from Paul Resta. Otherwise, no, it was the curb.
Trying to go inside the number 10 Aston to not lose ground and hook the curb.
Yeah, we watch this battle here. So car number 15, still with Kevin Magnussen at the wheel, putting a lot of pressure on Earl Bamber, who had that lock-up here. Look at that. Nearly running into the back of one of the Lexuses. Can't work out whether it's the race leader. It is.
That's Kevin Smith, who's in second place.
Second place, so almost wiping out second place. Lexus, that was too close.
Yeah.
And now gets overtaken by Magnussen. So Magnussen took 3 tyres in that pit stop, whereas Bamber decided on just the rears. Yeah, an old set or a used set of rears went on for Bamber versus the left front and rears that went on for Magnussen. So that's explaining why Magnussen suddenly had this upturn in speed and a little lock up there for the Alpine that works his way by as well. Bamber having a torrid time of it here.
Yeah, that flat spot won't have helped his demeanour either. And here comes the other BMW. This is the 20, red, yellow and black of Rene Rast around the outside. It's going to tuck him up there, isn't he? Bamber loses 3 places in a lap.
3 places in a lap, wow. And I wonder if it all stemmed from that lockup.
I let them go, no chance against them.
Mike Conway gets by the 46 BMW of Ahmed Al-Hati, and just a little bit more of a gap ahead of the Ferrari of Antonio Giovinazzi. This is our lead battle.
So just to be absolutely clear, if you're watching this and wondering why is this out of sequence, this is planned. This is not because of a drama in a previous pit stop. This is strategy from Toyota.
It could be a stroke of genius there from Toyota. Or it could be a disaster.
Well, we're about to see how quickly the car can go, because the hero of this race last year, Seb Buemi, a world-class stint from him, secured Toyota the World Manufacturers Championship seemingly from nowhere. He's about to get aboard this car for the first time.
So they're going for all 4 tyres by the looks of it. At least 3 went on.
Here comes the battle for 4th place. Duval only just ahead of Nielsen as they both come around the Iron Dames Porsche of Cillian Martin in the hairpin at turn 8. It's a really big break down the hill into turn 8, and then even worse for the tyres here into turn 10. Corkscrewing downhill into a tightening corner, and on the back stretch past the Oasis pit lane, Nielsen with a run on Duval, but even on a short straight like this, the Peugeots pick up out of the corner, and its top speed advantage just keeps its nose in front.
Now, what can the car 50 do? Nothing into turn 4 this time around. Nick Nielsen must be so frustrated knowing that he's got the speed here over the Peugeot in front, but I must say, Duval he's driving a masterclass in defensive driving.
Ooh, and now look what's happened, because the Porsches have got one car into the points. They're now back up to second in the manufacturer standings, where Toyota were before when they were running 1-2. So that's a massive swing with a one position loss on the podium.
Well, the difference though is that from where we are, Porsche can win this championship, but Toyota cannot. That's the maximum possible. Not quite now, actually, but we were in a position of the maximum possible points that Toyota could gather.
But that was with Ferrari scoring. If Ferrari don't score, then that's a whole different kettle of fish.
Meant to just mention a moment or two ago. Oh dear me!
Don't do that.
That was almost race ending, wasn't it, for two cars there?
Yeah, two GM cars as well at that. Corvette and Cadillac, almost disaster there.
I've been in that position myself as during my time in the equivalent of Hypercar today, back in the LMP1 days, and it's just, yeah, you have to put your trust that you've been seen by the car you're catching, and if you're not seen, then that kind of moment can happen very easily.
33 car with Ben out of the car is down in 11th. 14 seconds the gap, but I think an advantage on tyres to the 33. Some stint from both of those racers, side by side here. Let's go down to Sports.
So where are we now with Jenson Button? His final professional race drive. And let's talk about this helmet. This is not the traditional Jenson Button helmet that we've been used to being seeing. His first helmet design was painted by his dad before helmet painters were a thing, apart from Sid in Brazil.
Silky smooth style that he's always had behind the wheel, and anything he's driven. First noticed it in karting. And it's been a great joy to watch and to race against.
As they stand at the moment, Ferrari are running away with the Manufacturers' Championship from Porsche and Toyota. However, again, 5 hours of racing to go. We are not quite 1 hour into a standard World Endurance race, even though we've done nearly 3 hours of racing. There's a lot to go. And Anthony, 4:30, hour or so ago, the sun was coming down, or half an hour ago. Now the sun is not visible, it's dropped behind the buildings and below the horizon. Now the temperature starts to drop, the light level starts to drop as well, and we are going to begin to race into the evening. Trouble for the 78 Lexus, electronics problems, an alternator failure, and trouble too for the 59 McLaren. That has rejoined the track, a couple of laps behind. In LMGT3, it is Codis ASP who lead, but the Manthey First Form Porsche in the top 4 at the moment. There is your race leader, the 87 Lexus. And overall, we have returned to a Toyota 1-2. Number 7, Nick de Vries, ahead of number 8, Sebastian Buemi.
5.
Oh dear! That's a big crash.
Well, now this is going to be the first interruption of green flag racing, and that's the 54 Ferrari. Is it Thomas Floor back at the wheel?
It is.
And towards the end of his final stint in the car and of the season, contact from a hypercar.
Oh, it was with a Cadillac, wasn't it? I didn't see which one.
I think 38, Jenson Button and Sheldon van der Linde were the two other cars.
He got sandwiched between them, didn't he? That's the problem. Oh, he just didn't see the car come around his outside, and oof. Hope he's all right from that one.
But the good news is he was definitely moving in the car and preparing for virtual safety car. And here's where all fuel strategies go out the window. Thomas Floor is okay, and that is the only thing that matters. Cars can be replaced.
Well, we'll wait and see. Thomas is climbing out of the car under his own steam I've made a mistake before, and it involved you, Anthony Davidson, commentating at the moment when we saw you getting out of the car. He is walking away from the car. Called it that Anthony was okay when he got out of the car, and boy was I wrong. It rattled your cage, and I'm sure it did the same with Thomas, who, with the greatest respect to him, how can I put this, has got several more miles on the clock than you had in your career.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him walk away. Yeah, glad to see him walk away from that one, and that was a big hit. And
how big a hit? The blue impact light is going on in the cockpit, so even if he wanted to select first gear and carry on, he would not be allowed to race.
And what is the blue light? It is a G meter. Basically, with the blue light on, it shows that there's been an impact that's triggered that system. That will mean, and we'll watch this again.
So yeah, so Button's been
passed by Van der Linde.
The classic final corner, isn't it? Where there's that drag race down the main straight. The classic get done into the last corner, and then you're under attack immediately towards turn one. So Jensen puts the car to the outside, and there's Thomas Floor in front. But so this is just the
preamble.
Yeah, the preamble before what happens. So yeah, around the outside he tries to go, gets given the space, and then it's the two of them side by side, and then they catch the slower car. One goes to the right, one goes to the left. Poor old Thomas Floor doesn't know where to place his car. I see what each driver of the hypercars is trying to do. Yeah.
Looked to me like it looked to Jenson Button as if the gap was there on the outside. But
it was, then it wasn't. But Floor just basically hasn't seen him because he's got a car on his right and the left. He's been looking only on his right.
That's exactly right. He came off the apex and went to the outside. I can see exactly how that happened.
They were having their own race, and overtaking cars is part of that race for them. And it both moves, inside or outside, I think without the other one there, would have worked.
So there's an opportunity to see it from Jenson Button's point of view.
So that's a great move around the outside, and he puts himself in a powerful position here on the inside of turn two. He thinks that Van der Linde's getting squeezed on the inside, and then suddenly his gap's not. For him, it was just the tiniest of touches. But from that angle, looks horrific.
Yes.
And almost malicious. But it wasn't. From the onboard, tells the truer picture for me.
Completely.
So here it is from Floor's point of view. He's looking right, and he's where did that hit come from? He's not even looking to the left. So for him, that was an utter surprise what happened to his left-hand side. And you know, your eyes are everywhere as a bronze driver in that situation. So. And of course, for his team, disappointment, of course, and they'll always see it was unnecessary from these bully boy faster cars that are barging their way past. How dare they? But that's just the nature of it. We've seen it all day. We've seen it all year. That's what endurance racing is.
Théo Pourchaire on board in the Peugeot for his first stint in the car. As we go now, wow, Buemi off like a scalded cat. Doesn't want to waste any time. The moment he crossed the line, getting Nick de Vries to let him through, and that's so that Alessandro Pierguidi doesn't get a chance to follow him through. So Pierguidi in third, the Aston Martin in fourth is Alex Riberas, then Jean-Eric Vergne and Théo Pourchaire ahead of Miguel Molina, and Molina has jumped Pourchaire at the restart, so that is the 50 Ferrari. They're all still weaving to try and build heat, because although full speed for the safety car feels quick in the safety car, it doesn't for a driver in these cars. And 99, the Proton competition Porsche, that's the white car with the green highlights, not in this battle. It is a lap down. He is 18th. This is a battle for position, though, for third. Alex Riberas challenging Alessandro Pierguidi. That's an entertaining wrinkle.
Yeah, Nico Pino getting really involved, isn't he, in the number 99 Proton competition Porsche, putting immense pressure on the Peugeot of Théo Pourchaire.
Yeah, and the problem is he'll also be getting blue flags because he's got a car behind him that's a lap ahead of him. So he's trying to pass and unlap himself as the Aston comes up the inside of Pierguidi. Does he complete the pass? Was that the other Aston? Was that 007 on the Peugeot of Théo Pourchaire? Was that Ross Gunn? It may well have been. No, it was. It was 009 going by the Ferrari. So Alex Riberas up to third place. Don't forget.
But we've seen the strength of the Aston Martin in a straight line. Watch this once again, just pulls to the inside, and this move should be a pretty straightforward one. More grip, more straight line speed, and Nick de Vries displaced for now. Displaced, yes.
Yeah,
right.
So Riberas up to second, having restarted in 4th place. And now, can he set off after the race leader?
Alex has just put it the fastest lap of the race. We just say thank you. I know you're eager to get back to what could be quite a breakthrough result here this evening. A 1:51.038 from Alex Riberas in the 009 Aston Martin as he goes head-to-head with Sebastian Buemi, who may have Martin Haven a bit of trouble ahead.
I think Buemi is not going to be an easy pass to make, but Riberas has definitely got the speed, he's got the grip with the tyres, and there's no question he's got the incentive. Sebastian Buemi will do everything he can to hang on, but Alex Riberas has just snatched back that fastest lap on lap 111 of this race. 4 hours and 10 minutes to go. We're nearly at the mid-race. He's getting the G up from the men in green shirts in the booths and absolutely from the garage as well. So number 8 Toyota really under pressure for the lead of the race, and Riberas goes through, takes the lead. Wow. And that was as clinical as you like.
Well,
Boom.
We're going to let Adam Carter go. He doesn't want to go at the moment. But what a moment, Adam, for this programme.
In the number 27 Heart of Racing Aston Martin, same Heart of Racing team that is running the Aston Martin Valkyries, and yeah, they were punching the air a little bit prematurely. Richard Litz did not get by Ian James. But this time, Anthony, down the inside, that's a bit less defensible.
Yeah, turn 8 is always a safe bet for an overtaking move if you can brake late enough, and you don't really run the risk of getting repassed on the exit of that one usually.
Lock up there for Leeds as he came downhill into turn 10. Got away with it to overhaul them in terms of the LMGT3 Drivers' Championship, and of course that reflects on their teams and the Teams Championship, and contact between Simon Mann on the inside of the 33 car of Johnny Edgar. Both go around, both rejoin.
The 21, remember, still in championship contention. We'll tell you, by the way, the 009 Aston Martin and the 95 are going to get drive-through penalties for virtual safety car procedures.
He was a bit far back, wasn't he, with Simon Mann? I think from that angle, at least, it looked like he wasn't quite close enough.
And he wasn't very tight to the apex either.
Oh, and that's the sound and how it looked from on board the Corvette.
Probably just as well we
This
don't
is the
have
view I
the
want to
driver
see.
mic'd up.
So yeah, he quite far back. Oh no, too far back, too far back. I think what happened was he got too much over the curb on the exit of turn 7. The car bottomed out and he couldn't quite slow it down in time. And then I think as a last resort thought, I must just go for the move then. This is the moment where Sousa just catches that slide, but it looked like maybe the two cars were a bit close entering turn 9. And that's the moment where he just ducked to the inside of the track, kicking up all the marbles and then the dust as well. This is what it looked like off board. You've got to keep your tyres within those white lines. You can dip them on the other side, of course. It's exactly what he did. And that move was great. He held on to position very well, but yeah, just outbraked himself into turn 1. He just about had enough of his nose alongside him, wagged his finger. It was fine. Rossi gave him enough room to get by, just took it right to the limit.
And here gave him enough rope to outbrake himself, and off he went. The car would have been. So it looks like that 78 Lexus still has more trouble.
I don't think that 78 Lexus has come back out.
This is not good for 46. Now, have they just crept a bit too far back? Yes, they're going to have to position it in the box.
Yeah, look what that cost them, that pullback.
I remember we saw that with the 83 Ferrari in Texas, and it cost them nearly 30 seconds. Yeah, the 46 BMW comes out behind the Iron Dames.
This trio have got more GT traffic on this lap. Just a corner ahead of the position they're in now. 4 cars ahead of them.
Here we go, Graham. So Jakobsen's had to defend the inside of 4. That's going to allow Fuoco to duck under on the inside on the exit of this corner, and he's going to get the job done now towards turn 6, surely. That's exactly what Fuoco was looking for, and finally Fuoco gets his man.
But the Peugeot has got straight line speed. So little ripple of applause there from Nick Nielsen, the rest of the 50 crew, and suddenly Ryo Hirakawa now wants to try and get by the Peugeot as well immediately. I'm not sure that Ryo is aware of just how many laps it took Antonio Fuoco to get by Malte Jakobsen.
Well, look at that. Down the inside for Hirakawa. He's got less to lose, of course, in this race here today. But Jakobsen saw him coming, uses that straight line speed advantage. What's it like against the Toyota, though? He knew he had the advantage over the Ferrari, and it's the same thing with the Toyota.
Yep.
He knows what he's got at his disposal, doesn't he? And he's worked it out brilliantly.
And as a young racing driver, and Ryo Hirakawa's not exactly
Oh, look at
ancient,
this. Sorry, he's boxed in.
Yep.
He's boxed in by the McLaren, and that's how Hirakawa gets by. But then Hirakawa's boxed in.
Yeah, because the McLaren had to drift out wide, and the Hirakawa's outside line got closed. So they come down the hill towards turn 15, 14, and Malte Jakobsen still in front.
Meantime, Fuoco's gone.
Yeah, hasn't he?
2 feet forward. What's doing? Wake up! Calm down, mate. You'll get him. You'll get him. You don't need to rush it. You'll get him next lap.
5 seconds this time, there's traffic. Which way is it going to go? Initially goes the way of the Toyota, but is it going to come back to the Peugeot? Back to the straight line speed battle. This time not quite as much of an advantage. Who's going to get to the apex?
Well, Hirakawa's going to have filthy tyres, having run all the way down the dirty side. Can he get it slowed down, Anthony?
Well, don't celebrate too early on. And Alex first, yes. Look, he knows better. He's seen what I've seen. And here it comes, the rocket ship in a straight line is back at you on the racing line. Good under the brakes. Does Hirakawa go for it? Go on. Brake later. Brake later. And he does. He finally gets it done there.
It's like the old veteran there. You don't know, man. You weren't there.
He could see what was coming, but finally Hirakawa gets past as well, and just in the nick of time. But look at this. The Peugeot's back at him once again. It's never over until turn 4.
Oh, and that, the 46 BMW, might have been the final nail in the coffin for the Peugeot. And here comes the 51 Ferrari, and this is for position as well. James Collado now falls victim to traffic. Traffic gives, traffic takes away. But Collado has got the pace that Malte Jakobsen will not be able to resist for long.
And if, hopefully James Collado has been warned that the strengths and weaknesses, no, he's straight through. Their new tyre advantage has played its part on the exit of turn 8. Turn
8 again, his favourite overtaking place, James Collado. Goes by the Peugeot and leaves him for dead.
And that's what the others didn't have at their disposal. They didn't have that tyre advantage, but this was a great move. Down the inside into turn 13, and then really cleverly boxed in the Peugeot behind the Mustang on the exit. Look, doesn't want to give over, doesn't want to get, and Jakobsen knows it, and he's like, get over there, give me my free space, don't you box me in. So, whoa, proper argy-bargy between those two. I wonder if the stewards will get involved. I hope not, they shouldn't do, but there was multiple contact there.
And it was both ways, because Hirakawa started elbowing as well. I want the racing line. I want to come off the dirty part of the track as they got down towards 14. So, yeah,
I think everyone loved it.
Fantastic action from both drivers. Proper top-class racing. And don't forget, if you want to go trackside as the Toyota runs out very wide, that's a great opportunity, Anthony, for James Collado to move up into third.
Absolutely, and it's only a matter of time as well. The Ferrari's got such pace at this stage in the race thanks to his fresher tyres.
33,900 people in the Bahrain International Circuit. And they are watching this action, and if you want to join them next year, tickets are on sale. Tickets are on sale for all the races as well.
So that was Hirakawa. He's done 25 laps in this stint. Versus Collado's 11, so quite a big tyre offset there between the two, and hence the speed difference. But the Ferrari definitely seems to, I think on top of that, when you look at the laps that Fuoco is able to turn right now as well, the Ferrari looks to be the faster car at this stage in the race for me. Obviously masked a bit by tyres. While still on the brakes, such a tricky corner, and back to turn 8, the fight in the hypercar category. Nick Nielsen trying to go around the outside of the BMW and makes it work as well. Great move.
It was indeed. I think looked to me like the BMW is trying to get to the traffic. Nick Nielsen didn't quite let him get there. Sister car, by the way, the 51 from the lead in the hands of James Collado on pit lane now.
33,900
But here we go, the run down towards the final corner. Youngstell will be knowing that this isn't the best place to do it. Look at the marbles on the inside of the track. Oh, and there's a spin there.
Lock up from the Cadillac that was just trying to go by another of the LMGT3 cars in front. That was the number 10 that he was trying to go by.
It's Bamber that had the spin. Now, did that happen with traffic?
Yeah, there was the number 10 Aston Martin was right in the middle of the corner, and so he was trying to go around Valentin Asseclo and just,
what a miserable day for them.
Obviously chose the wrong way round the Aston and had to bail on it and looped it into a spin. And here's how Anthony.
So down the inside, onto the marbles, gets back on the rake and and just locked the rear. What was that all about?
Now, I thought, I saw that the number 10 car had gone past, but I thought he would have caught him mid-corner and had to bail on it. But
for me,
do you have two wheels on the dirt?
It went silent. As soon as he downshifted, it just locked the rears. The engine going silent there.
That's a real worry, isn't it, for a driver when there's no noise at all?
I'd have to say that's
not usual.
I'd have to say that maybe it was a brake-by-wire issue there on the Cadillac.
Right, we're Danny Honkadea, 6th position for Honkadea, and still right behind the 31 car of Augusto Farfus, and rather hoping these hypercars might hold up Farfus. So far, the traffic has broken well for Augusto, but that's what he needs, Honkadea, is for Farfus to have to be on the brakes where he doesn't need to be, and then to allow the Corvette to have a run at him. Unfortunately, he could have been in a bit of a straighter position.
The problem is that turn 7, as it opens up, is just a little bit too quick. It means that you get that turbulence from the car in front and you can't carry the speed you want to. So he's thinking about the inside of turn 10, goes for it. Oh, there's contact. It was too late. It was a bit too late, but I don't know how they're going to see that one down in the steward's room. But he's flashing him because he feels like Farfus turned in on him, but it was a little bit late, I thought.
Now he's going to have a go again. Farfus stayed on. Honkadea didn't get an advantage.
So he pops it down the inside. Yeah, and Farfus knew what he was doing as well. I think that's why Juncadella flashed the lights at him. Racing incident. It was a dive bomb. It was a late lunge, but Farfus knew what he was doing. That's why he turned in so early. That's not the normal racing line into turn 10.
Danny had a look there inside turn 12. That didn't work, but he's got his finger on the flasher button.
He's saying, basically, stop turning in on me. Yeah. I'm putting my nose in, and you're just turning in purposely early.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's getting quite enough of his car alongside.
You can take the boy out of the touring car. You can't take the touring car out of the boy. Augusto Farfus hanging on from Danny Honkadea. Anthony here now, surely.
It's only a matter of time, isn't it? He's going to try again. Here he goes, looking down the inside, thinks about it. Maybe tries to sell him a bit of a dummy, but Farfus is too wise for that.
Yeah, a little bit of a kiss there off the curb.
And they run up towards turn 4 now. They're so evenly matched in straight line speed. Juncadella knows he's got to do it on the brakes. Can't do it into turn 4 that time around. It's going to be potentially into turn 8 again, but this is what I mean. It's brilliant stuff between these two. Even coming to blows, they managed to keep the car in the right direction and not lose too much time from it.
Because they're pros. This is like rugby players.
Yeah.
They know it's part of the game and they're just getting on with it.
Look how Farfus didn't go all the way to the edge of the track before turning into turn 8. So it's great. They're like, it's almost like they're reading each other's minds in this situation. You know, as the car in front, what you would do if you were the car behind, and vice versa. So, once again, that tight line going into turn 10. But it gives him a bad exit. Look, and he knows it, and he's pushing him all the way to the edge of the track, to the point where Juncadella can't do anything about it. So gets a few more aggressive flashes.
Door open very nicely there for Kubica, but now Honkadea throws it up the inside into turn 11, but it's going to leave him slow up the hill, and Farfus comes back.
He's saying, that's P1 for me, mate.
Yes, indeed.
Out the window.
Is it Daytona all over again?
It's the Tommy Milner salute.
It is.
I didn't know you could.
And by the way,
how did he get his arm out the window?
And by the way, that was with Augusto.
Special arm.
And that was with Augusto Farfus as well.
It was indeed.
Looks like deja vu.
It's a special arm fitted to Corvette windows that you pull a little string and it flaps out.
Let's hope he doesn't make the same offer on T-shirts that nearly bankrupted Tommy.
Smiles from the boys at TF Sport and from WRT as well. And you know, they're all enthusiastic racers. They love this stuff. Of course, you love it a little bit more if your guy comes out on top, but you love it nonetheless. Final run for Jenson Button, his last stint as a professional race driver.
Yeah, it hasn't been the day that I'm sure he wished for his final time behind the wheel, but yeah, it's a strange moment. Obviously, I've been there myself, but I think the last time I ever feel this sensation, it's a sport you can't do outside of this environment. It's a strange sport in that way. And to know that your whole lifetime that you remember, from an 8-year-old kid up until this moment, as a 45-year-old, you won't feel those sensations again that you feel in a race, especially at World Championship level, as a professional racing car driver. It's an odd feeling to think of all these G-forces that I'm exposed to right now, the feeling of the car, the sounds and the vibrations. You'll never feel it again.
Double yellows, by the way, out at turn 11.
I think it's worked really well, and we've got station
15.
number 15 BMW, and that does not look entirely correct on the right rear.
I think my tire came off. My tire came off. I can't move anymore.
Yeah, is that debris or is that a broken wheel, a broken suspension? Let's take a look. Ride on board. Okay, this might be fun, but not in a good way.
Wow. So no traffic involved. He did nothing wrong there at all.
He just set the fastest lap of that car's race as well.
Maybe the tyre couldn't take it. It looks like more than the tyre. It looks like a rear wheel.
It's a virtual safety car.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now that could really throw things up in the air.
We're looking at the battle for second. Toyota number 8, Ferrari number 51. Right behind them in terms of the overall race order is the 83 car, but there's at least an Aston Martin and the 99 Porsche before we get to those. So the number 7 car, when we go green, will race away into the distance, and then we need to go back and look at the battle between 8 and 51, because that's where the entertainment is going to be. So we will go green. No overtaking before the start-finish line. So you cannot pass down the hill or out of 14, 15. You can't pass until you are over the start-finish line. There's 8 and 51, and you're right. I tell you, if this was 6 hours to go, then it would be full attack. It's 30 minutes to go. But this is the championship.
That's why he's given himself such a big gap there between him and car 8. You never would do that. If you'd be kicking yourself if you left that kind of margin to another car, usually under a normal safety car restart. But he's just shown us right there and then he's not really that bothered about fighting Buemi at this stage. And
yeah, he closed right up on him at the end of the straight because Buemi was being cautious under braking as well. Lots of LMGT3 cars in front, all jockeying for position, and further back the 2 Porsche Penske cars side by side, Kevin Esch and Julian Andlauer.
That includes, by the way, a change for second in LMGT3. Mathieu Drudy goes back as Ricard leads. And so too does Maxime Martin.
And again, it's about the championship. Nice to finish on the podium, much nicer to be given the World Championship or the Championship trophy in tomorrow's awards dinner. We're going to go full course yellow. There is debris on the grid on the left-hand side as the drivers see it. So we will go full course yellow in a moment.
Saw one of the Astons going wide as well on Valkyries in turn 1.
Oh.
We will go under full course yellow in less than 15 seconds. Full course yellow in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full course yellow, full course yellow.
Nick Nielsen was desperately trying to get by Robert Kubica during the countdown, but it just didn't happen for him.
Yeah, but Robert Kubica did get by the number 92 car, Ricard Leitz. It means on the restart he's going to have a little bit of protection from the Porsche behind him. There is the debris.
What are we seeing here? Top of the screen, hypercar battle. That's where the debris came from.
The two Porsches.
The 2 Porsches.
It was Porsche on Porsche.
So we've seen this already before today, haven't we? When one goes to the right-hand side and the one in front immediately anticipates it and goes right as well at the same time.
braked?
It was, yeah. Well, he braked because he couldn't overtake the GT in front.
Yeah.
Because it was going back to green.
This is the battle for the podium. The 61 Mercedes behind the Heart of Racing Aston Martin. Mattia Drudi in second, Maxime Martin in third.
Yeah, this is the battle for second. And that was the sister car from Hypercar. Not helping Mattia Drudi at all. It's allowed Maxime Martin to get alongside. Looked like the Aston Martin got the better run off the corner, but here comes Maxime Martin to the inside, then the outside. This is well aligned for second place, and what would be by far the best finish of the Mercedes-AMG season.
And what's also happened is that the Acodis Lexus is no longer 20, 30, 40 seconds up the road. It's 6 seconds up the road.
And with two fired-up pros behind him. So Jose Maria Lopez has got to be fault-free here. 7th place in the hands of Ben Barker. That will drop maybe a place, maybe two. Still a point-scoring position for the Proton Mustang. Will Stevens not able still to close that gap with the 83 car. At some point, are those tyres going to fall off a cliff?
Well, not by much. It's a tenth or two on the last couple of laps.
Oh, hang on, he did get by him.
Yeah, he's not running out of ideas here, is he?
No.
He's, that move was almost made in turn one, went a bit too deep though, and that's how Kubica found his way back in front. It's not a case of Will not being able to get past.
Here's what you could have won.
Brian Hardwick's car right in front, the potential champions in LMGT3. Richie Leeds trying to keep his nose clean.
My goodness. That was a heart-stopping moment for his team, already crossing their fingers when he was in free air.
This is the battle for 9th place between 3 cars, both the Peugeots. That was a hot.
Crikey.
All too close for comfort, isn't it, for Rick Leeds in car number 92? And oh my God, look at that! I mean,
That's got a big game over.
You don't need luck to win a championship. You don't need bad luck.
You don't need.
Yes. You certainly don't need bad. Then that could have been incredibly bad luck if he had just been speared by an out-of-control Alpine on the brakes. And the traffic has been so unkind to Drudi here. Look, this is the fight through turn 12. He's lost the position.
Yeah, Maxime Martin gets his nose in front, but was that the salvation that Jose Maria Lopez needed from 0.6 of a second ahead to 2.6 seconds in front?
Absolutely was. And the fact that these two are fighting still is even better for Jose Maria Lopez.
The good news is that together they will be quicker down the straight than Lopez on his own, but
this is how the move happened. In the slipstream, just about stayed on track and had the inside line into turn 11. Job done. Nice move. Very well calculated.
See him fighting the rear of the car, Anthony. It's
Not
still not over.
No, it won't be, because the fastest car out of this trio is the car we're seeing on screen right now, car 27. He lost position not through the fact he wasn't fast enough, just through traffic.
Top 3, 2.6 seconds separates them. Most of that 2.6 seconds is the gap first to second, 50 and 51. Do they hold station? Do they swap places? If they swap places, it's a Ferrari 1, 2, 3 in the Drivers' Championship.
They are on the radio organising that. And if it was Toyota in the same position, you know they would do it. To guarantee a 1-2 in the title race, you know they would do it. And I think Ferrari, emotionally, of course, the 51 crew would love to be on the Ferrari, on the podium. But it's about the team, it's about the brand.
No one's relaxing yet. It's 3 minutes to go. What a day for Toyota Gazoo Racing. Pretty much nowhere in terms of podium positions. Absolutely nowhere in terms of podium positions. It's a 19-second lead, but that's the number 7 car of Nick De Vries has got. What a day he's had from Seb Buemi. Let's have a listen. What we're hearing from the 51 Ferrari.
Okay, Ali, we will swap turn 1 next lap. The next turn 1, we swap with 50.
Can't argue with that.
Copy.
Yeah. And Pierre Guidi knows the game. You know, he's been the beneficiary before now of Ferrari team orders, and he understands what's going on. But 50 car better be a bit closer, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make that move to bump the 50 car ahead of number 6. So
that will change the next time we see it.
Thomas Floor in the background there in the white t-shirt watching as well. Yeah, Pierre Guidi flashing his teammate Nick Nielsen. Go on, mate, keep going. Don't slow down now.
Oh, we've all got red blood, but Thomas Floor's is somehow more red than others. I believe, right, is VistaJet operation now a Formula One sponsor as well for Ferrari, as well as the VistaJet F Corsa efforts. His race ended up in the barriers, unfortunately.
He's got his eyes on bigger pictures, as everybody in the garage has. This is, a minute and 22 seconds on the clock. This is like the last couple of laps at Le Mans, isn't it? Nobody dares breathe. All eyes on the screen. It's the same in the Toyota Gazoo Racing Garage. They are looking for that win, more than that, for that 1-2 result from a front row lockout.
Yeah, it'll be smiles all round, won't it? Toyota finally get their win this year, and in such dominant fashion of first and second. And Ferrari get their championships, both championships, drivers, first, second and third, and to win that much coveted World Championship for the manufacturer.
Right, so number 7 starts what it was the last lap. Is it going to be a repeat of what we saw in qualifying? Clean sweep for Toyota, and both Toyota brands winning. LMGT3 at the moment, still in the hands of the 87 Lexus, Jose Maria Lopez for a long time, part of the LMP1 and then the Hypercar group. Maxime Martin is still 1.6 seconds back.
Final lap of the race, final lap of the season. After 62 hours, we are out of time. Toyota 1-2, Ferrari 3, 4, 5. And in just a couple of minutes, when they cross the line, that will be the moment that both sets of garages erupt. Toyota, because after what was their worst season on record in Hypercar, have come out with a perfect points tally, a front row lockout and the top 2 positions in the race. But for Ferrari, something Toyota have experienced a number of times, including last year, the World Championship for sports cars. And the FIA World Endurance Championship is going to be the big one for them. Since 1972, the team from Maranello have been chasing glory, not consistently. They won 3 consecutive Le Mans 24-hour races. Each of the 3 crews in this race has won at Le Mans. Each of these 3 teams have won at Le Mans. They've won the World Cup with the 83 car, the privateers category, and they are going to have a 1-2-3 in the driver's title as well. But for Toyota, this is a massive redemption. Nick de Vries, the man who brings it across the line, fastest race lap. Who would have thought Toyota had that? Strategy, yes. Racecraft, yes. Experience, yes. Their 11th consecutive, their 11th total win here, their 9th consecutive win. Toyota 1-2, and here is the 50 Ferrari to complete the podium and to complete the triumvirate. They will end up 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. The 51 Ferrari takes the championship title. James Collado, Alessandro Pierre Guidi have won before in GTE Pro. But for Antonio Giovinazzi, a first World Championship title. And finally, they can breathe in LMGT3. The gap has come right back down again. Jose Maria Lopez being chased by Maxime Martin in the Iron Lynx Mercedes. He too on the final lap. And he has got space, but not much. Another lap, it might have been different, but it is victory for the 87 Lexus. They win the race. And the Iron Lynx Mercedes, their best result of the season, in 2nd place. Heart of Racing's Aston Martin completes the podium. The title goes to Manthey First Form for the teams and to the drivers' title as well. Ryan Hardwick, Ricardo Pera and Richard Leeds, who brings it across the line. They are the LMGT3 champions.
That's what it means to them. Talismanic stuff from Richard Leeds again. always there when required, whatever the job he's given, and it is Yannick Delmas, 4 times Le Mans winner, friend of the show, and what a massive part he's had to play in the success story that's been the FIA World Endurance Championship since 2012. He will depart with all of our respect.
Guys, come on! You made a great job all the season. You are the champions of the world. Great, guys.
There are your world champions, Ferrari.
Conalcan there in the centre, but Antonello Coletta and his very close-knit team will be correctly very proud of this, as will Amato Ferrari and his team.
That sparkling rose water never smelt or tasted so good.
That's how they did it. 237 laps. 7 Tota takes the win by just under 20 seconds to the sister 8 car. The 50 Ferrari gets 3rd place after that switch to guarantee a top 3 finish for all 3 Ferrari 499Ps.
Just one retirement, the number 15 BMW, with that suspension failure in the closing stages of the race. There are your LMGT3 champions. Ricardo Pera, Richie Leitz and Ryan Hardwick, with Alessio Rivera, Francois Heriot and Simon Mann runners-up in the 21 Ferrari, and the 87 Lexus moving up to 3rd in the standings, as the 81 car dropped down the order. The Corvettes having a pretty tough weekend here. Manthey First Form winning the title ahead of Vista AF Corsa, and again Codis ASP moving up into 3rd position in the standings. That's the difference a win makes when it's 1.5 points.
We said it all the way through this season though, Martin, and this LMGT3 class is maturing. It's going to be a bit of a different look next year with a single stint tyre. That'll be a different discipline for many of these drivers, but the racing has been superb this year.
Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to 2026 with barely bated breath. We will see you in Qatar for the prologue and the first race of the championship. Until then, congratulations to Ferrari for their World Championship victory, and to all our champions. That's it from us. Goodbye from them, and it's goodbye from us. Goodbye.